Hey guys, Ralph here. Welcome to True Power Health on this sensational Saturday. I'm back. I'm recovering 6 apples, a handful of grapes. Greatest recovery drink ever. Fresh squeezed juice, especially fruit juice or vegetable juice. The best recovery drink ever. Anyway, I digress. You saw the thumbnail. Where does fat go? Guys, this is important. This is important because if you understand this one fact, you will never be fat again the rest of your life. Okay? Now, where does fat go? Now, here's the deal, guys. If it makes you feel any better, I got it wrong when I first heard this too. Somebody asked me this years ago. It was sort of a quiz, and I didn't know. My first reaction was it ends up in the toilet. Okay? Partly right. 10% of what you eat, of your fat in the body, when it's burned off, comes out in the toilet. 90%, guys, and take this, oh my God, this is crazy. This makes everything come into play. 90% of the fat that you're burning comes out your mouth, like the exhaust on your car. And it's not just fat, it's toxics and all that sort of stuff. And guys, you know, when we were wearing masks during COVID, and you're just breathing in all that toxic, it's the worst thing. Anyway, different video. Hope we never go down that road again as a society. We're completely and totally lied to. All right? Anyway, like the exhaust on your car, toxic and fat comes out your mouth. Think about it. You go, I lived many years in New York City, and you go and watch the New York Marathon, right? And all these people are running down the street, thousands and thousands, as far as the eye can see, running down the street, and they're burning fat. What is it, big tubs of goo on the side of the street? No. It's coming out your mouth. So, what is the best way to burn fat? I mean, we are burning fat, minute amounts, right here as we speak. We are burning fat, tiny little bit, insignificant amount. And the more you work out, the more active you are, the more fat you're going to burn. Cardio is the best. Now remember, that's fat. Be gone. Be gone. And then you come home, you get on the toilet. Number one, number two, there's the rest of it. Okay? So, as we're sitting here, we are burning fat. When I go for a bike ride, I burn more fat. When I do kettlebells, I burn fat. When I go for a walk, I burn more fat. If I go up very, very steep hills hard, then I'm burning more fat, even more fat, than if I'm just meandering around on the bike. You see? And the rest is out in the toilet. Guys, cardio is the best thing that you can do to burn fat. The muscle heads like to think, well, you got to lift weights. You got to lift weights. No. The weights tone you up and they make muscles bigger. So you think, oh, look at all this fat I'm burning. No, you're not. You're still fat. I've seen fat bodybuilders. They're pigs. About 90% of the time, they're overweight. You don't think Joe Rogan's overweight? He does kettlebells every single day of his life, and look at him. He's at least 50 pounds overweight. He's not eating correctly. And he's a drug addict and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, as long as you don't, now, at the end of the day, let's say you haven't eaten all day. At the end of the day, depending on your activity level, you've burned X amount of fat. As long as you don't put more fat in your mouth than what you worked off, guys, you're never going to get fat. Now, as a matter of course, day to day, don't even think about it. If you eat a low-fat diet, fruits, veggies, and starches, if you eat a low-fat diet and keep your cardio up, over time, guys, you are going to get thinner and thinner and thinner, to the point where everybody's saying, "Oh, come on, Ralph, geez, you look anorexic, man. What's going on? Like you got a tapeworm." At that point, and it's entirely up to you, then you start adding your avocados. Then you start your nuts and seeds. That's the fat. You lay off the bike a little bit, and you are up at the weight that you want. Guys, it's entirely up to you. It's entirely up to you for most parts. Are there genetic issues that cause it? Yes, and that's another video. But guys, where does the fat go? Remember, it's coming out your mouth. And the more that you can, if sprinting up hills, taking the bike and sprinting up hills, you're burning more fat than coming downhill at just and then on a flat at a nice, easier level. Now, even though you're meandering around and you're waving to your friends and all this sort of stuff, yes, it's an elevated metabolism that you're doing, but it's not. You really want to lose more fat, you go fast and you go harder. If not, it will take more time, but it does work. Guys, McDougall was genius. I don't know if he coined this phrase himself, but it's a fact. It's all you have to know. The fat you eat is the fat you wear. If you don't put in your mouth more fat than you just, so many guys, and I was, believe me, I was guilty of this. I knew I was doing it, but I was guilty of this. Guys, you do a long, you go out and run a marathon. You've been training all year for a marathon, 26.2 miles. And man, you PR'd and all this sort of stuff. What do? You get your buddies and you go out and you eat something cool. You eat your pizza, you eat your ribs. Guys, you just offset in a fat way everything you just did in the marathon. Okay? The fat you eat is the fat you wear. If you are going to go out and celebrate and you don't want to throw everything out, remember, marathon, you just ran off a lot of calories. I don't do calories, but if you just go have an enormous plate of rigatoni with marinara sauce that's low in fat and a salad, then you're ahead of the game. You go out and have pizza, you go out and have ribs, you go out and have, fatty this, fatty that, you're broken even at best. All right? The fat you eat is the fat you wear, and the bulk of it comes out your mouth. Love you all.